Okay, I'm alive. I'm actually live. Right, okay. I've not finished setting up yet, so you'll have to give me a minute. I need my light, which needs to be moved around my camera. And it needs to be... That's a lot brighter than that. Right. So today's dry brushing. Dry brushing lots and lots and lots. So all that stuff that I was putting together the other day, all these wonderful, wonderful pipes. And the crane. I've now managed to spray black. I get to dry brush. Isn't that fun? I've also just realised that about 6 things that I've not even done before I should have even started this. So bear with me 1 minute. I've got a couple of things to do. Let's just make sure, my keyboard's not on the screen. That's good. So let's just minimize that for 1 moment. Sorry about this. I'm just not organized at all right now. I don't even know where my cup of tea's gone. Where's my cup of tea gone? I did have a cup of tea. I'm not lying. I'm pretty damn sure I had a cup of tea. It's probably at the bottom of the stairs. That's what it usually is. However, I believe my wonderful partner has gone and found it for me. Thank you very much. Say again? Ah, I'm nearly finished. That's not good. Well, at least I've got a drink. So I can start that at the very least. Right, so where am I supposed to be going? I'm supposed to be going to there. And then, oh no, that is completely the wrong thing. I'm just really not in. Right. Yeah. Just don't ask at the moment. I'm just not in any way, shape, or form prepared for this. Right, so I've done the thing that I wanted to do, I think. I wanted to copy that. And I wanted to put that in there. And then... and do that one and do that one. Right, then that's all that done. I can get rid of that now. Right, done. Woo! Right, now I need somebody to get rid of that, so otherwise I'm not hearing myself in the background somewhere. Don't want screen. Right. So at least now I can't actually see what's going on. But I know I need to start with some paint. It's always a good idea to start with paint. You're supposed to water this down, but as I'm dry brushing, most of it's going to be coming off anyway. Wherever I put the dry brush, it is there. So let's just go out of the way, you. So paint on the brush. Get it off so like most of it's not even there anymore. And then lightly going over all the metal bits. I'll say lightly going over. I could do with a bit of a heavier dry brush on this actually, so let's not wipe quite as much off. Definitely want to get all the pipes, all the raised areas. So, because if you actually end up with too much and you end up just painting the damn thing, and that's not what I want to do. I want that black to be showing up through most of it. I want it to be quite dull and dark, but I still want there to be a bit of a metal shine to it. So I don't know if you can see that now. It's a little bit better, rather than being the flat black that is. You just show a little bit of shine on there, see? Afternoon, Nick. So that's what I've got to do over all of it. So I don't know how long I'm going to be sat here doing this, because I've got 3 of these to do, and then these are the small ones. It's nice to know these small ones are so large, isn't it? Even when you think you've got a small one, you've got a big one. Always a good thing to know. So this is going to be a long and arduous process. However, because this is such a long and arduous process, there's a lot of people who come on. Well, I say a lot of people. I don't get a lot of people, but there are people who come in here who have absolutely no idea about this hobby. So if any of them would like to contact me on any of their methods away from YouTube, that was rather quick. I don't know what that was, but I can't use my phone right now because I didn't take enough paint off. Let's just run my finger down there just to remove that excess paint off there that I don't want. Because there are some bits of paint I do want to keep on, but that was just a big blotch that I really, really, really don't want. Now, I know I'm on earlier than usual today, but I'm taking advantage of sleeping children rather than having to do it really late at night when they're all in bed. I have a sleeping child instead who's worn himself out today, which is excellent. So I get a chance to do this at what I would classify as a reasonable time. God, my hat looks weird. So yeah, I'm now looking out for indications of anybody else wishing to come up and find out about this, because there is quite a few videos I wouldn't mind showing some people. I mean, really, I should actually ask if I'm okay to use somebody else's video. However, this person has got a lot of viewing hours and a lot of people watching. I've seen his videos, for that matter, so I shouldn't imagine he'll be too angry. Well, I hope he wouldn't be anyway. If not, I'll just have to go for the lowest common denominator and find somebody on TikTok who's done it. I've seen TikTok videos aren't good. Some of them are absolutely bloody hilarious and fantastic. But yeah, they're not the best things in the world as far as I'm concerned. It's rather worrying when you're only your own viewer, one person viewing it, and you notice yourself. It's rather worrying. Although I shouldn't be paying attention to that, I should actually be paying attention to what I'm doing, which in this case is realizing the spray's missed that, so I'm going to have to go back and touch that up later. That's easy enough because it's nice and dark in there. It's a little recess in there where I've not quite managed to get the spray. See? I hate trying to line it up with cameras. But you can see the brown popping through in that little bit there. That's where the spray's not gone. So yeah, be careful with your rattle cans, people. If you end up overspraying, then yeah, you end up with a lot of areas that are losing detail because you oversprayed. But if you don't get it right, then you end up with a lot of places that just don't get covered. So bear that in mind. Nice even coats is what you want. It really is what you want. Apparently I'm not even watching anymore. Oh, that's good. So this process is dry brushing. The main point of it is to pick out raised areas and just give them a little bit of a edging or a little bit of a tint, but the main color, that's whatever's underneath, still shows through. done a lot on my other models, I know. But scenery is probably the easiest thing to do because of this dry brushing method. Dry brush it, give it a good inking, just to make sure it gets in all the recesses. Then after that, go over it again, repeat until you've got it up to the point where you want it. Then you start adding colours, either with a stippling effect or straight painting, if that's what you wish. Well, this is going okay so far. Just looking. Well, let's get one of the others so we can compare it. See, that's like so much different. You've got one that's actually shiny and got the shine of a metal look to it, and then you've got this one which is just so deep dark matte black. Just a few seconds of dry brushing and already it looks a little bit more metallic. More to go. Right. Now, I'm aware that video editing techniques are available, so I could have sat here, recorded all this, and just cut it down into a little video about half an hour long and then dry brush it all like this. But why put you all out of the pain and misery that I'm going through to have to dry brush this? Bring you all along on the journey with me. I'll feel the pain of a Warhammer painter. I know what he's thinking. That's easy. It's no painful. What you mean? That's all you do is barely rubbing the brush over it. I know, but getting the actual dry brushing is harder than you would think. Actually, I said too much paint. You're just painting it. Not enough paint. Nothing happens. I shall say this. Anyone watching, please, thank you very much. Supposed to do a like and subscribe thing if people want to. It's your choice. You know how YouTube works by now, I should hope. If you want to do it, then do it. If you don't, then don't. It's entirely up to you. Although I have a feeling I may be doing this twice today, once on here, and if he'll have me, I might carry on JVs tonight. But that will be a different channel and a different vibe entirely. Okay, so that's essentially one dry brushed piece. Is it? No, I've got all that bit to do. See if I move that. Oh no, I've got my camera and my light mixed up and twiddled around. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Let's move you. How have I managed to do this? I've really managed to mess this up somehow. Right, okay. Shine that in my face for a minute. Ow, 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 bright light. Right. That's a bit better. A little bit anyway, so I can actually... I don't know if it helps you see anything on this camera, but it definitely helps me see down here. I am not a camera expert, nor do I ever claim to be. In fact, I'm probably the last person in the world you ever want to take advice from cameras. Because I don't know jack diddly. Sorry. I'm using a very basic webcam to look at me, so you don't have to watch me in HD and see all the wrinkles and all the nasty, horrible bits. I'm using a better camera to try and get a good viewing. Down on here. That shine's coming through quite well. The There are lots of other things that I will be doing on these, such as adding oxidization on bits. But that's all minor detail work, so and all the touchy up stuff. So what I want to do is get the main layers down first, which in this case is the dry brush over the black paint. No, it's not going to stand up like that, is it? No, don't be stupid. Nah, I'm dropping my paint. So yeah, once again, overall of everything, just to make sure it's got nice, cut all the edges. Everything that's supposed to look like it is made out of some kind of metal does look like it's made out of some kind of metal. If I have to answer questions in the house, then I may get distracted a little bit. Just a little bit, but I'll try and stay as much as I can on. Right, you see, now I've just messed up my camera position completely. There you go, that's what I'm using for a webcam. Yeah, isn't it so sophisticated? And that's how you break models. By trying to be an idiot. Come, sit back in there, please. And what's wrong with you now? Technical difficulties, people. Technical difficulties. Ow, my phone is roasting. Yep, exactly. That was just a stupid move, that was. Right. For some reason, this just doesn't want to work like it was supposed to. One more click, there we go. And then I don't know what's going on with this either. Everything's just going wrong. Right, so now I'm going to have to do a quick repair. A very quick repair. There is. Now, why is that not working? Why is that not working? This is the problem of coming back on for us after so long. You have so many technical difficulties that you forgot you even had. Right, you stay there. Don't move. Don't do it. Okay, a little bit of plastic glue around the edge of the rim where there is no paint. Okay, you can go back up there. Let me get you, and we line you up nicely with the other ones. Come on, square up. Then count to 10 and try again. Right. Stay there and glue. Actually, no. Stay over there and glue. So while you're doing that, I'll do this one. Give the brush a clean. Always helps. Wow, that's still a lot of paint that's actually on that brush. And somehow, even though I don't smoke in the house, nor do I have my tobacco within 30 feet of me, I've managed to get some in my paint. So God knows how that's happened. All right, let's go. There we go, that's better. The old method of using your hand as a test palette just to make sure your dry brush is as dry as you want it. It's not a recommended technique though, really not a recommended technique, because, well, you end up having to scrub it off your hand later. And my original intention of doing this while a child is asleep has just gone out of the window. Not the child, just the idea. The child's woke up. Don't want anyone getting the wrong ideas and phoning child services on me. My child has just woke up. That's all that means. Which means I'm probably going to get asked for food anytime soon. Lots of dry brushing. Some areas that are probably never actually going to see the light of day, like this area here. But even though it's never going to see the light of day, I'm still going to have to paint it for that one occasion that it does actually end up being open. Usually we're going to attach, or at least pretend to attach pipes to it, so it can be a longer pipe network, and then have these nice big stacks coming up out of it just to give it a bit of a break and break it all up, rather than being all one floor level. So it's, rather than going along like that, you get one of these that just juts up out of nowhere and gives some height. Not too much, it's not going to block anything big, you're not going to be able to hide a tank behind it or anything, but it just makes it look a little bit better. Rather than playing on a 2D surface, you've got this nice, almost semi-functional looking area to play on. I suppose it is technically possible, if you're willing to put the time and effort and money, mostly, into it. You could actually get smoke coming out the top of these, so it looked really cool, but I neither have the attention nor the wish. Aha. Okay, right, that answers that then. You go around that circuit, mate, you bust your times. I'll keep on painting. Give you something to listen to rather than your bike engine. Hopefully I don't put you off too much while you're going around those corners. The other annoying thing about dry brushing is it takes so much paint. Obviously, you put paint on your brush and then you have to wipe it all off, most of it off again. You go through like 3 or 4 times the amount of paint you would actually need to just paint it normally. But either way, we'll do it. We'll get it done. All this time that I've been doing this, it just occurred to me, not once have I ever put this up on Facebook. I think that's mainly because of good possibility I'll get my family popping in. I love my family to bits, I just don't think they'd have any clue what I'm doing. I would come more just to take the mick out of me than actually pay attention to what I'm doing. I do have a nice family though, honestly. Even though they would come up on a live stream solely to take the mick out of a family member. They are a nice bunch of people, comparatively speaking, to the rest of the world and some other people in it. See, this is why I'm glad I brought my tea. Immune to my voice. That is something so many other people wish they were. You have a skill that is wished for by many other people there, Nick. And as I said, my youngest is now awake and is chatty behind me. I've got to realise I've got to keep this under the camera, otherwise it doesn't work as a point of demonstration. It's not a tutorial by any means. If you want a tutorial, there are many better painters out there than me who will show you how to paint to their standards, and then you can go try it and realise, I know something, that Lazarus guy was right. It ain't that easy. Because they literally just slap it on there and they do it in such a nice, easy stroke. And some of them even just slapdash it. Just ding, 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 and done. And I don't know whether that's self-criticism on my part or just because they are so much better. I always think theirs looks better than mine. I always do. Might be just the inner artist in me showing its rearing its ugly head. Constant self-criticism on it. Oh, it might actually be. I'm right, and they are genuinely just better than I am. Whether that be through colour variance or better colour theory that they have, or better understanding of colour theory anyway. Okay. Is that okay for number 2? Let's compare it to number 1. Well, you're a little bit brighter than number 1. But you're a lot brighter. For Pete's sake. And you're not going to be even tacky anymore, are you? Nope, you're not even going to be tacky anymore. Where did I put my glue brush? There's my glue brush. Right. You on there. Stay there. You all around that room. Come on. All the way around. I want a nice seal this time, please. And stop knocking the crane over. Right. You're at the back. You're like that. You're supposed to be that way around. Again, variance being the key. One with the juxt pipe coming out to the left, one juxt pipe coming out to the right, and one coming out backwards. So none of the three actually look the exact same. In fact, one of them is slightly taller because I've had to add a couple of extra pieces in because I seem to have lost a sprue and I'm not sure where. In fact, all my sprues were in the same place, but it turns out they're not. And there's a sprue missing with some end caps. Well, I feel I'm going to find that sprue once I finish painting all these, and I'm going to end up with a load of pieces that I wouldn't say I'm not going to need, but I'm not going to immediately have a use for. Which spare bits is always useful, because that's how I managed to do the one that's slightly taller, because I had a few spare bits from these ones, or the original set of these that I had. And there's probably 1,000,006 better ways to dry brush, but I seem to like circles. I seem to think I get a nice coverage with circles. Some people say up and down only, and left and right only, because that's the direction of keep your paint going in the same direction. Well, a circle's a direction. It just happens to cover a lot. And certain pieces I will go back and forth over, such as the pipes, and I really need to actually do this so you can actually see where it is I'm actually doing. And so you've got a chance of actually seeing any changes, really. I know what's going on about. I waffle on a lot about the lore and the background and the story behind the setting of this Warhammer world. Games Workshop own the copyrights to, and whinge, complain, moan at anyone they think is misusing their intellectual property, shall we say. I definitely misuse it because I just do whatever the hell we want with it. I've had friends use cardboard tubes to represent entire vehicles, like Pringles tubes. This evening, Joey. Oh, morning for you, even. I'm doing good, mate. Yeah, I've had people use like Pringles tubes to represent entire vehicles because the model itself is just stupidly expensive. So, well, yeah, I just spray paint it black, paint it silver, cut a few slits in it. There you go. It's the same thing. Anyone who knows it will probably know the vehicle that I'm on about as well. Yeah, so there's a lot of lore behind the entire world that goes on with this. Whether you're ranging from humanity's completely xenophobic outlook to the universe, or the orcs' just willingness to go out and have a good fight, which has got to be the best part about it. It's hilarious. They are funny as heck, the orcs. They have the mentality where they can't lose. They never lose a fight. Because, well, if you shoot them with a bolter and the head goes, then they didn't lose because they're not there anymore. So, sorry you didn't beat them. If they happen to run away, which is a very cowardly thing to do for an orc, orcs don't like running away from a good fight, then they're still there. So they get to come back and have another go. So technically they still win. And, well, if they win, they win. Having that mentality, I suppose it's like dealing with some really, really stupid people, technically. If you try and have an argument with them, they will bring you down to their level. So there's no point arguing because you ain't going to win. Kind of like what the orcs do within battle terms. No point really, because they're just going to bring you down to their level and they're going to win. But then you've got the other side of humanity, the side that is all chaosy and weirdly warped by, for lack of a better term, hell. Although I am going to really look at the terms that I'm using because my youngest is in the room, and which means my profanity is probably going to go down a lot compared to what a lot of people are used to. As I said at the beginning, anyone who wishes to know more about this, I do actually know of a video I would like to show some people, but it's quite long, so I don't really want to offer it on their channels because it might not be something that they're into or interested in wholeheartedly. But there are quite a few lore videos that I would recommend to anyone looking to get into it because it's explained far more eloquently than I can. For some reason, I have this stop-start thing in the middle of my speech because I'm trying to talk and think about something at the same time, and it doesn't always work out too well, to be quite honest. I'm trying to get this hair out of here that's managed to catch itself in the goddamn paint. Where's my snips? There they are. I'll try and grab it with something. It's not going to cut it, but he's going to bring it out. So I got it. That's got it. There we go. Silly little things we have to do. So, yeah, that side's not done. That side is done. You can't actually see on that. It's awful. So, yeah, you can see that side shining now. But that side is still very much dull and black. Gotta say, Joey, I did enjoy your interview the other day. It was a very nice one. Never heard of them before. But learned quite a bit regarding the 80s and 90s music scene, which I thought I knew quite a lot about. Apparently I don't. I knew a lot less than I thought I did. but I got to find out off Mr. Nuff. I think that was his called. Always a good idea to have a drink. So it's nearly all three of them done now, actually. I'm going through this a lot quicker than I thought I would. All I'm doing is painting metal. But do not tell me that after all these years, oh, there we go. I'll say, don't tell me this paint's run out. This paint lasted like a decade nearly. It's been one of the most steady and reliable paints I've had. I really don't want it to run out because then I've got to use that horrible, horrible one in that tub. But dry brushing is a thing that I have to do, and majority with metal paints. So this uses it up ridiculously so. There we go. See, lots of shiny, shiny metal, but not too bright and shiny, so that it looks like chrome. This stuff actually looks like it's been working for a while. It's still a bit grimy. It's got a bit of darkness in the recesses. Alright, so there was a kind of got tied up with the makeup glam rock crew, did they? That's a shame. That is a big shame. I suppose if they was going for it, that if that's what they wanted as their image and look, then they managed it well, especially if that's what they're known for. But if it wasn't, then it kind of backfired, I think. Because I'd never heard of them over here in the UK. Enough's enough spelt that strange, odd way. Never heard of them. To be quite honest, I've still not gone and looked at what they've done. I still need to look at their catalogue, see what it's like, because you never know. They might have a new super fan. Either that, or they might have someone who never goes to see them again, or never wants to see them again. You won't find that out though until you actually try them. So I think that's what I might do tonight, briefly. I do have somewhere to go tonight, but it shouldn't be too long. And hopefully I'm going to be able to be back up online again tonight. But I think it'll be a little bit later than the usual start for everyone else. For anyone who's watching this in the future and is unaware, I do occasionally go on a live stream called JV's Hangouts. I'm not supposed to promote other channels, but I do actually appear on this channel. So, see, that was a good story. That was to have Julian come up. That was and there's quite a lot of good stories in that interview. I must admit, you are quite a good interviewer when it comes to it. Although you do leave some of it to the chat to give you the questions, you present them quite well. Kudos to you, dude. Right, tower number 3 done. Now for the paint, the big one. This is just, I don't even know where I'm going to start with this. This is just a monstrosity of a giant crane with a big claw and chains. And what I can actually do is probably doing is painting the chains in properly, rather than completely. Oh no! No, yes, you stay there. Just stay there. I'll glue you back on in a minute. Just stay there for now, please. Just while I get his chain painted. Just while I paint this chain, please. Just stay where you are and be nice to me. I'll glue you back on in a minute. I have to paint the chain properly. Definitely. So again, if anyone's watching this in the future and you were looking through the live chats, Square Table Degenerates, as you can see them popping up, does actually do a lot of interviews for various different things, from sports to music to wrestling to people I've never even heard of. I don't even know what they do. And some of them I've not watched, obviously, because I have no idea what the person is and I don't want to make a complete ass of myself. And some have gone back and watched just to find out who they were. But if you ever manage to catch one live, good interviews. Tends to stay away from the usual daft questions that people ask. And does give his chat a chance to get a few questions in as well for the ones that they want. Obviously, he cherry picks whichever ones he likes, but that's kind of the advantage of doing it yourself. You get to pick which questions are asked rather than them just being thrown up automatically, which is not good. Not good. If comments got thrown up automatically from the ones that end up in his chat, then he'll probably get in trouble, especially with the person he's interviewing. Some of them may not actually appreciate or even get some of the humor that goes on in there. Right. Repairing my little wobbly arm. That's not supposed to do that. Or I'm supposed to use the right end of the brush. I seem to be doing more repairs on these today than I actually should be doing. They should all be done already and held nicely, firmly in place. So I'm not going to get to carry on doing that because I'll wait for that to dry. You go settle there and dry, please. So instead, we shall move on to 4 of them, 3 of them, and 2 of them. So let's go for the thing. I've got 3 of these nice little containers. Now I'm not going to actually do all the panels on these. So if you can see that a lot of it's paneled up, and then these bars that go around. What I'm going to do is going to try and get in all the bars, but I'm going to try and leave the panels as much as I can because I'm going to try and put a colour on there just to break it up, whether it be red, blue. I won't be using yellow. Yellow's just awful. Yellow's got to be the worst colour I've ever had the misfortune to try and paint with. It's just a ridiculously bad colour. Bad pigment distribution on most of them, and you end up just making a clumpy mess all over everything that you're doing. So I tend to avoid yellow. Same reason why I tend to avoid white. The pigments are so thick in it, you just end up with big clumps, big messes. So it tends, they're not good colours. I mean, they're lovely colours, but not fun to paint with. Whereas your reds, your blues, which is strange. I don't understand why blue's got less pigment than yellow, whereas yellow's naturally occurring within nature, and you don't really find blue that often. But blue has less pigment than yellow. Go figure. No, even though I said I wanted to do a lot of the panels, there's still all this down here that needs doing, all this up here that needs doing, as well as the 2 stretch. Move it back again. The 2 stretches down the middle, and all the little cog faces and wiry areas. Now, a lot of it will get redone again with washes where it'll dull it down, but I need to make sure I get those high areas so they at least have some ping to them while you're looking at it. And flat black is just not a nice colour to just sit and look at. So getting in the grid there, getting along there, make sure I get along the raised little bits. Nuts and bolts are always a good idea to paint metal as well. and the vents. See, if any of you ever get a chance to actually look at some of these models up close and hold one, it's surprising, even though it's essentially just a little bit of throwaway terrain. Something, I say throwaway, it's just something to make your board look a little better and to hide behind within the game. They put so much detail into these things, so much detail. Right, I've got two of yous on here now, Blake and Joey. I wish to do something. I wish to introduce all of you to this universe. To all of you that don't really, as far as I'm aware, know much about it. But I want to do something that's quite a long video. We do it on. I'll leave it entirely up to you. But there is a gentleman who does essentially introductions to the factions within this scene. And I've got to say, his videos are very, very good. And they're fun to react to as well because of the way he puts it. He's not uber geek. He doesn't go into like the metadata and all the in-game stuff. It's purely lore-based. I would love to introduce you all to it one time. But I know questions will be risen. People will have questions to ask that he might not cover within the video, which is why I would like to be there, just in case I can answer anything that he can, if not just to see how, I've not even got it on camera, just to see your reactions. Again, it's another fun thing to react to, but it does draw you into a community that is, let's say, gatekept. The community itself that is behind this hobby is very much one of those akin to Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering. They love their game to the point where if you're not part of it and you disrespect it, they will hound you like a dog. I'm not even a good dog. I mean, like, they'll hound you like a raggedy old dog. That's, yeah, you're not good. Not good. But don't get me wrong, the people in it can be nice. I've met a few nice people because of this game. Do have one of my best friends is to blame for introducing me in this. You don't see. Do you want to know? I've got the perfect army for you, Blake. They're called the Necrons. What you do is you spray paint it all black, and you dry brush it all silver, and they all just look like Terminator without his skin on. That's it. It's fantastically easy to paint. You don't need color. Can you do this with a brush? Just over it to make it look a bit metal. Awesome. Can you get another brush and just dip it all in a black wash? Even better. There you go. You've got color, depth, and everything you need for that army. They're just silver. And they're in. Again, I'd have to go through the lore part of it, but yeah, they're not bad. I think I've done one battle report on this channel, and it was me, and I was against the Necrons, who my friend collects. Now, I call myself the lazy mini painter. He's lazier than me. He's not even done that much. All he has to do is spray paint them black and then dry brush them, and he's not even got that far. It's just mind-boggling to me. I mean, I've managed to do close to 200 models now with a basic 3-color paint job, and he still can't do his 60 or 70 with a silver dry brush. It's not even that easy, not even that difficult. I mean, I've done 3 towers and doing a silo now. I'm not putting a lot of effort into it. I'm not spending time picking out individual little parts. I'm just going over it with the silver dry brush, and I'll clean up whatever else I need to later with a wash. Yes, for those who've noticed, yes, there is a child talking behind me, which means there's a good chance he's got to run up and ask me a question in a minute. Oh, no, he's disappeared. Not sure where he's gone. Oh, come on. I don't want to have to refill my brush just to do this little bit. Please just have enough paint on you. Please. I'm pleading to inanimate objects, I know, but you'd be surprised how often it works. I mean, I've threatened my computer loads of times to chuck it in the bin if it doesn't sort its neck out, and funnily enough, it sorted its neck out. I don't think I've seen that picture. I would like to, though, if it is that accurate. I mean, nothing's going to be as good as my picture of Rabbit, but hey. Oh dear. Oh dear. Are you feeling all right now, Blake? I hope so. I really hope you're feeling a lot better now. If I'll tell you what, have I got that? Oh, I have. I have. Let's do that. Copy that. And if we paste that there, go on. I'll give you the option. Tend not to do it as much these days, but I have little few people in here. Oh, that is the universal sign for a cup of tea, and I will accept it. Thank you very much. That's universal sign for drink. But, yep, I'll have it, please. I get back onto the camera so you can, people can actually see I am doing something. I'm not just. Well, if I do it back here and sit there doing that, dodgy arm going, it doesn't look too great, really. Might get me banned from YouTube as though they think I'm doing something else. So look, I'm painting YouTube. I'm not that word. Got to bear in mind because it's what I've put Warhammer, I think, in the title. I can't even remember. Joey, you do work? I thought being around jumping on streams was your job. Oh, no, yeah. No, I've just remembered what you do. No, yeah, keep at it, mate. Good job. Good work. Took me a second to actually realise to remember what you actually do for a living. But no, yeah, keep on it, mate. Keep on it. Look after them. Yeah, tell me about it. That extravagant lifestyle is very, very expensive to run. I couldn't run it the way you do. Not have a chance. Do not have the money. What I spent first half of this morning in bed, not being able to move for a bit. That was a good 45 minutes. I enjoyed that one. It was always fun. But yeah, I really want to try and get as much of this done as I can. So then I can actually start using it. Because some of it was brown plastic, some of it was grey plastic, so it really did not look anywhere near half decent. In fact, it just looked like a mass of plastic compared to any painted models. And the whole point of this is kind of immersion. It helps. So although you're rolling dice and you're playing a game, it is something you're supposed to try and get immersed into. Find a good go around. Yeah, I'll do. So let's see if I can actually show you. So there we go. You can actually see that that's got some kind of metallic shine on it, whereas this one is just plain black. Let's see if we can find somewhere the actual. There we go. Same side. Although my camera is just not right because that light is just weird. But you can actually. I hope you can see the metallic sides of it. I don't think anyone would turn down that. In fairness, shall we? I certainly wouldn't. Although I must admit, it depends how much work I would have to put in to get that 15k a month. But providing I still get some family time. Speaking of which, thank you very much. Yeah, fine. I still get some family time. I would more than happily do that and put the hours in for a decent pay. Problem is, not many places do decent pay these days. I think the last job I had as a carer, it wasn't bad. Don't get me wrong, I did get paid reasonably well for the amount of hours that I did, and I didn't have to do full-time hours. Although I was working sometimes 3 full days in a row. So I'd start at like 11:30 or 11 o'clock in the morning one day, and then that's me straight through for 3 days. But then you get paid night unsociable hours and stuff like that, so you kind of get compensated for it a little bit. Problem is, I didn't get danger money, which is what I really should have done, which is a shame. I really should have got danger money for that job. I am scarred for life thanks to that young lady. Throwing drawers and whatever else you could get hands on, really. She just chucked it straight at me. Money is good. Happiness is better. Happiness is a lot better. I'd rather be happy than rich. Don't get me wrong, I'd rather be happy and rich. That'd be fantastic. But if I have to choose one or the other, I'd rather be happy than rich. Heck, if I'm happy and I need to eat, I can always go out and steal. If I'm rich and I want to be happy, then I'm screwed. Because, well, everyone's just going to come after me for my money. Oh, that's what I'm more likely going to think, because rich people get paranoid because all they think about is bloody money. I just couldn't do that. No way. It's too much. Hey, Peppa Pig's gone off in the background. You know what? Anyway, Peppa Pig's gone off in the background. Where's the youngest?
I gave him some toast.
Right, okay, so he's eating. Dorito, how you doing, man? I think the link's still there, and if someone's popped up and I've not noticed, I do apologise. This is the thing with this, because I keep my head down a lot. I'm not looking into the camera or looking at the screen. Yeah, if I put the link up, I don't necessarily spot people coming up there because my eye line's actually below the camera and below my screen. So, although I do put the link up, if I don't get to you immediately, just hold on a second. I do glance. So anyway, back to this dry brushing technique. I am wasting so much of my favorite paint doing this. I know this is what I bought it for, but still, it seems like such a waste because the state of that is just ridiculous. The amount of paint that has gone onto that piece of kitchen foil. Joey's show's always on tonight. Don't know. I can't remember who he said he's got. I think he said he's got someone up tonight, but I can't remember who because I've got a memory that's like Blake's, possibly even worse. No, believe it or not, these things actually have rules that I'm going to have to go look up now so I can use them properly. Because I think these can blow up. Oh, that's the one. That's the lady. I remember now. That's still a fantastic scene. He should have ended it out the second one, though. He really does not need a third. The second one kind of rounded it off properly. And I don't know what he was thinking when he decided he was going to do the third one. Looking for the people who are going to get the jobs out of it and get paid out of it. I'm sure they're not going to turn it down. But yeah, I think he's killing his own legacy at this rate, which is not a good thing to be doing. I mean, he did so much great work with his standing up for Stan Lee, and then he got a huge backlash from the community. And yeah, that's just my personal opinion, though. I just think he's gonna screw this third film up by pandering to people who never liked the first two. Yeah, well, someone should tell that to Kevin Smith. Enough's enough. Maybe we can get the singer from it to go tell him. Joey, you can put in a good word, can't you? Anyway, what was it? I was on about something before you all distracted me. What was I talking about? Can any of you? No, I'm not even going to ask that one. I have Joey Edibles. I have somebody from Los Angeles, and I have Blake and somebody playing a game watching me. So, yeah, I'm not going to try asking for people to remember things. That was very insulting. I know, but it was a joke. It was a joke. It was meant in good-heartedness. Aha! Now we have Mr. Dorito. Good evening.
What's happening, bro?
Slowly inhaling microscopic particles of metals and painting.
Right.
So I'm probably going to be doing that soon.
Here's one for you. Here's one to paint.
Ooh,
it's a Scooby-Doo ball.
Scooby-Doo. See them when I see them 3D prints, this technique wouldn't work on it. There's not enough texture around there. See, the whole part of this technique is because it just bubbles up with texture. I mean, it's ridiculous, like the skull there.
Oh yeah,
amount of recesses. So I can just dry brush this really quickly. That you'd have to paint or dry or spray. Really, you need decent gun.
Prime example.
Yeah, that'll be easier. Give it a nice base coat, and then just a light dry brush over the top with something like a yellow or a green, and then pick out those little spots with the opposing color, and that'll just blend it all through, so it's more like a skin tone. That'll be nice.
So when I do send packages out that way, I'll make you a deal. I'll send you one of those resin printed Vikings. If you paint one for me and send it back, I'll send you two.
Basically, you send me two, I paint one for you and send it back.
Yes. There's a lot of detail, dude. A lot. Look.
Yeah, go on then. I have no idea how much it'll cost, but yeah, go on. I'm only going to be sending one back. Do it. I'll send you one.
I'll give it to Joey when he's over there if you're going to bump into him.
I don't know if I will be bumping into him. if he wishes to come see me, the problem is I'm going to be at the other end of the country to what he's going to. He's going to Wembley to watch the American football, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Wembley's down south from me, so it's about 200, 300 miles away.
Well, the thing is I asked my wife to paint that for me, and
Yeah.
she just looked at me and said, "Oh, hell no."
What? Because of the amount of detail and
Yeah, and the
whereas-
size of it. If it was bigger,
oh, right, okay, I get it. So
yeah. So
painting something like, well, I'll show you one of the. That's one of the standard size of my models.
yeah.
Okay. All right, now where's my missus's character for D&D? Get away. That's my missus's character for D&D.
Damn.
I've not quite got round to doing the face properly yet. If it'll even zoom in that close, it won't even zoom in that close. But she's got slight silver highlights in her hair, and I've got to put the pink tips on it yet. And then I've got to go through and finish off the dagger on a belt, as well as the back of a belt there, and then the staff for that as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
see, that's not even 1 inch tall, right? Or that is
No.
like 1 inch tall.
In fact, I can measure it directly next to an inch, and no, it is shorter than an inch.
Wow. See, these are like prime example, like that one. You know, you see how big
Oh,
that
that's
is.
huge. That's massive.
Yeah, but to me, they're small.
Oh, that's just
You
huge.
see what I'm saying?
That's huge. This is like 28 mil scale. This is diddy.
Dude, I could barely even hold something like that in my finger. Yeah, I got the dinosaur hands, man.
Well, there's a Captain Baptin's character when he just said, "Can I get him in shot again?" Yeah, that's Captain's character when he wanted to join, but I can't get his face in shot.
Oh, Captain
There-
plays Dungeon and Dragon with you guys?
Well, he was going to. A few issues came up on my end, so he couldn't.
Oh, okay.
I'll try and line it up with the bloody camera, and I'm never sure where that camera is. Is it that camera? Is it that camera? I can't tell. Tell you what, I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you. That'll be a lot easier. But yeah, the faces on these things just there's a reason why I have a like 5-0 brush, which is what's
hair.
which one's that one? That one. No, that's my 3-0.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the size of my 3-0.
Yeah.
That's still too big to do some of the work that I need to do. I'm not
Yeah.
saying I'm great, but I don't mind doing small things, but big things are nice and easy.
Yeah.
Big things are really easy because it's all there for you, ready, and just go, right, okay, you pick that bit, that bit, that bit, that.
Yeah, they
it's
bought a shitload of brushes. Well, they picked out a shitload of brushes, and I bought them. But
Yeah.
they got some nice brushes, dude. My wife, she got this kit that's got all, like on the gel padding on pens, like they
Yes.
have for she got all these paint brushes that have this gel hand area that's full on like cushiony.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, they're
I've
like
seen those.
horsehair or something like that.
Sable.
Okay. They were expensive, dude.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I've got a cheap set of sables. I mean, this is a really cheap brush. This is a synthetic that I'm using at the moment. So it's not real horsehair or anything like that. However, where has it gone? Where have you gone? There we go. That is my Red Sable Kolinsky.
Mhm.
It's my standard brush. It's just a size 1 brush.
Yeah.
Now, I've had it for years now, and it is, if you look after them and clean them properly, they will last you forever.
That's why
If
I'm
they-
not allowed to play with her brushes.
If you have got sable brushes, get some of this stuff.
She got some cleaner, some sort of cleaner for it. Yeah, she got all this big old kit that had the brushes, the cleaner, the palette, had everything.
Well, this isn't just a cleaner, it's a preserver as well. So once you've cleaned it, you'll leave it on and it'll keep the bristles in shape.
Yeah. She got
So
it
you
came
go
in
free.
some kit.
Um,
I'm trying
I
to
mean,
find one of the brushes that she allows me to have now. And you'll see why I'm only. This is pretty much.
Oh,
one of the
are you a brush killer? Are you? Oh no! Oh, don't show me that! no, no, that's just hurting my eyes.
And that
Don't-
that was a Royal.
I mean, that's one of my cheap brushes. That I mean, I abuse this brush, but it's got a very small amount of hair coming off the. I could probably get it back into tip-top shape again if I bothered to actually clean it and run it through a set of hair straighteners with water, which you can do with synthetics.
Well,
Basically,
I cleaned the heck out of it, and she said I didn't clean it where the crap. Is that true? Look at
that's
it.
true. That's true. You want to get right down. Basically, you've gone right up to the ferrule, and once it gets there, it's not gonna come out very easily. You're gonna have to practically ruin the brush to clean it. Like,
Yeah, that's what she said, that I ruined the brush. The only way to get it really clean is to mess it up.
yeah,
That's what she
and you're
said,
gonna
yeah.
have to. Well, I'll show you with this one now.
She flicked it at me and said, "Keep it in the garage."
No.
She doesn't even want to see it.
I use this one as a dry brush for a reason, because it's already hammered, and I've done exactly what you've done, which is paint up to the ferrule. So to actually clean this one, I have to get it in there, and I have to really, really just jam it right up and get it really clean in. But once you start doing that, the paint does start coming out, and you actually start seeing it come out throughout the soap. I mean, that should be white soap.
Yeah.
But once you start massaging the metallic through it, it starts getting all grimy and grubby, and
the stuff she has is like kind of like a gritty gel. It's clear.
Right. This is soap, but with pearls in it, tiny little pearls.
Okay.
So you can essentially do that grinding action against the pearls, and it'll dig in for you.
So that's what the gritty substance is in it then.
Yeah, it's to basically to try and work out that paint that's really in there, but you've got to give it I mean, think you've got something that you don't want, and you're going at it to get rid. Sandblasting type level of getting in there.
Yeah.
But once you've gone through and cleaned it, if you clean it properly, especially with either this stuff or if that gel stuff very similar, you can get it back to pretty much original shape. I mean, there's still a load of paint on there, but that quick clean, and it's no longer silver. You can see the original color of the brush at least.
Yeah. So then it's safe to say that I shouldn't get mad at her for not allowing me to use her nice brushes.
No. As somebody who uses brushes, I won't let my brother-in-law use my brushes for one simple reason.
There's certain ones she'll let my daughter use, but not me. There's certain ones that she'll let both of us use. No, my daughter takes very good care of her brushes as well, dude. But my wife won't buy her that nice set yet.
No, hold off a bit. Get her a cheap set. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got a set of cheap dollar store brushes, and they work fine.
Well, I don't know where she got these. These are, I don't know if you ever heard. They're called Royal and Langnickel.
Actually, I think I have. Let me just double check.
Yeah, she wanted these specifically. The first set, she specifically wanted these, and this is her first set. And then she kind of handed them over to the daughter.
I'm going to have to do that answer because I didn't get the last word properly.
Langnickel, Langnickel.
Lang, Langnickel. There we are. Oh. Okay.
Is that just a standard brush?
They look like they have multiple ranges. Dang it, I'm never going to get that finished. Yeah, they have multiple ranges by the looks of it. So whether you're going for watercolors, oils, acrylics.
Acrylic, she got an acrylic. They were for acrylics.
Let's have a look. And Royal Pure Red Sable. Let's see what they have under there. Pardon me. If I was going to get one, I would want the script liner. You're not even going to let me buy these? You're not even going to give me a price?
First came in a package kind of like that, the gel ones, but they also had a second cleaning package as well. It looked like it reminded me of her makeup brushes, bro.
Well, funnily enough, I use makeup brushes as well.
Yeah?
Because of the amount of bristles that they have on them. Make sure I'm on the right screen for a second. Evening captain or afternoon even captain. Yeah, that one. Big puffy makeup brushes. It's what I should be using to do this with, really. But I couldn't find it a minute ago. So thank you.
No problem. Got your back.
It's what I should be doing this with. Well, yeah, great big makeup brush, ding, 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 and you just, that's so much easier. That is so much easier.
What is that, like an engine or something?
This is a silo, so it stands upright.
Yeah.
And then you get your little dude, and he essentially hides behind it because this little dude here wants to shoot him.
Oh, okay.
And then he comes round next turn and bashes him in the head with a big hammer.
Okay.
Nice. But yeah, it's basically line of sight blocking scenery, so you're not getting gunned off the table if you're a melee unit.
Captain Bap is just sitting. He's just checking in, sitting in the company, playing with his wood.
Well, somebody's got to play with it.
Yep.
And if nobody's willing to do it for you, then heck, one man job it is.
Yep. Why not?
And when you come to think of it, you are the expert at it, especially when it comes to yourself.
Yep.
Ain't nobody better.
Dude, we had an incident at my daughter's elementary school.
With the topic of conversation we've just been on, I'm not sure this is going to be a good story.
Oh, no. Anyways, well, I was just going to say real quick, they had a big old meeting last night with the parents and everything. And a whole bunch of us threw the school board under the bus, dude. And today is like a witch burning at the school this morning, dude. The parents that weren't there that watched the meeting, they were all there. And people were just like,
how dare you?
I think they're going to try and get rid of some people on the school board.
Well, you're in LA, I believe. Is that right?
Well, yeah, I'm on the edge of LA. I'm actually in Riverside County, right next to LA County. I grew up in LA County.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I believe it's all going bat crazy over there at the moment.
Well, the schools are, yeah. There's a lot of stuff, and that's just it. They don't even realize, and like I pointed out last night, the districts don't. It completely baffles me why they don't realize that they got millions, not hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars in funding. That all they have to do is stick their hand out. And the state of California has that funding for the schools, for the security cameras, for the locks, for the extra police, for all that stuff, dude. And this district is not taking advantage of it whatsoever. They had some dude that they hired on, and I'm only assuming that his salary is going to be a couple $100,000 to analyze the school this year, to analyze the school district, to see what it really needs. And all of us as parents were like, dude, why are they paying you money to see what the school needs for a year? When you come in, it probably won't be finished up for 5 years. My kid will be out of this school, and then you guys will finally be doing something. Why don't you take that money you're paying him and put it all into the school right now?
Yeah, listen to the parents. They're the ones who got half the idea of actually what they want the kids to learn, what they want the kids to get out of school. Ideally, because of, I don't mean this as a shot at you, but shots is one of the things that you don't want to be going on in school. Yep. So yeah, have your cameras up, have your whatever security measures you deem fit.
They have them all in LA County, LA Unified School District, from Malibu all the way down to San Pedro High School. That's the whole district, and that's a big area, dude. Every single school has to get, even Crenshaw High School, dude. Crenshaw High School.
Is that a upmarket high school?
Well, Crenshaw is like South Central LA, dude. Okay,
Right,
that's the
context. Oh,
That's-
right. Thank you.
That's the hood. Even
That-
those
that's-
schools that people have set aside for years, those schools are all updated. There's no excuse, dude. There's absolutely no excuse.
No.
And on that one, Captain, I'm really, really, they got to have somewhere to go, bro. And a lot of the issues that we're having out here in the area is because of the homeless. And that's because LA's been bussing them out. That's when they cleaned up downtown LA. Part of that stuff was to load them up on buses
That's
and
disgusting.
take them out of Los Angeles to other adjoining counties and cities. And our city and county was one of them. And crime rates doubled in this area since that. But do I think that they should have somewhere to go? Yes. Do I think that it should be in a hotel that somebody worked real hard to own, or whether it's a corporation or whatever? If it's a big, massive corporation, maybe they should give up a little bit. But if it's a mom and pop, no. We
No.
have all kinds of stuff. We have the yes, it will. We have the whole thing out here. We have this new thing that they put the tiny homes up, and they're going up everywhere, bro. But they got to meet certain parameters to get in there, and it's up to that homeless person whether they're going to do it or not. In other words, drugs, alcohol, violence, stuff like that. They have to go through certain things.
Well, it's the same with the hostel situation over here. There is homeless hostels that the homeless can go to apply for. But if you're sitting in there shooting up every night, they're going to kick your ass out.
Yes.
Just the way it is. If you come in clean, you behave yourself, then you have
Yeah.
somewhere to register as an
It's
address.
transition housing is what it is. Reality is it's transition housing. It's
Yeah.
for people that want to make a change. But a lot of people don't, and they're taking advantage of the system. So,
Yeah,
putting them in hotels will kill the tourism. Yes, it will. But there's also Section 8. And if they turn some of these hotels into Section 8 housing, then the hotels will be paid for. Okay? They will have that subsidized income. And there's some of these hotels shouldn't even be open to the public anyways, bro. And they could refurbish some of those hotels that are actually up as far as the city's concerned to code. And there's some nasty hotels that tourists wouldn't stay in, bro. So, you know what? It's kind of like one of those give and take things almost. They need to
They're not up to code, just get the
if
money,
they're
yeah.
going to do it, they really need to police it, and they really need to analyze it real good if that's what they're going to do.
But they'll just follow the dollar. We all know that because they do the same over here. Although we don't follow the dollar, they follow wherever the pound is, but still, money, money, money.
Well, the dollar's people are wanting to know what's going on with that dollar now, though. That's the problem. Is before it was deer in headlights, and people not really paying attention and only paying attention when it was pointed out. Now stuff's just falling in people's laps, and now you have no choice but to go, what the hell is going on here? Like at the school district, $800,000 for sanitation, yet $235,000 for school supervisors.
Okay, that doesn't make sense.
For one school, that was their budget. Does that make sense?
200,000 for one school supervisor.
No, for school supervisors.
Oh,
4 hours a day,
yeah.
which they won't even give them full-time work. They'll only give them 4 hours a day worth of work because that's what's in the budget.
They need to rebudget.
You got almost $1 million in sanitation, and you're telling me that that's what's in the budget, bro? Why is my kid going to your school? Yeah,
I have no idea on that one. It's like, come on.
it's like literally, I can throw a rock and hit the school, and that's the only reason that I'm okay with my son being there is because I can run straight through my neighbor's backyard and hop that fence and be at that school within 2 minutes.
It's
You
the
know what I
same
mean?
with,
Faster than a cop can be there.
it's the same with my youngest school. It's there.
Yeah.
I can see it. It's just ridiculously close. It's the best thing about the house that I'm living in at the moment. Is its proximity
Yeah.
to everything.
Yep.
Just down there, I can get to my local supermarket or shopping mall or whatever you want to call it. 5 minutes walk, if that. If I want to go somewhere slightly bigger, I can make it a 6 minute walk.
Yeah. See, Captain, I don't think that they should have to, or that they should be able to make anybody do something like that. But there's a lot of those hotels in certain areas that like really tourists would not go and stay at, bro. That those people, it shouldn't be a question of make. It should be, hey, we got the Section 8 housing bill, and it's this much money for you to fill up your empty hotel rooms anyways. What do you say? That's what should go on. Okay. Not make them do anything. If, offer all the funding for any fixing, any repairs, any stuff like that.
Make an offer they can't refuse.
Yeah, I think that something will change with it, Captain. I don't think it'll fly, bro.
Not just over there, something needs to change over here as well. What they're teaching the kids is just as bad as what they're doing elsewhere with the kids. But that's a different conversation that I'd rather not get into on the channel.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. But we're with us, we stay in full control. And I'm sure you're the same way. You stay in full control of that situation, and you make sure to keep your ear to the ground, so to speak, and listen for any other bullshit that goes outside of that realm.
Oh yes,
like Luch said, bullshit.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much the best word to describe it.
Exactly, Captain. Even if passed, it'll end up in court, and that's what I mean about that. Yeah, no, it's a sad thing, bro. This is no longer the what do they say, California dreaming? No, it's more California screaming, man. And if everybody just realized that to leave, I'd be happy.
I like that song as well.
Yeah, like I said, if everybody realized that, just leave, I'd be real happy. Because I'm going to stay. I'm not going nowhere.
That's the thing. Most of the nutcases I hear about, they either live in Florida or they live in LA. I'm not sure whether it's the sun that seems to be having a correlation with this or not.
Well,
but most nutters I hear about over here are from one of the two.
Yeah. Reality is, it's one of the most populous states. You know what I mean? We
don't understand. It's one of
Los Angeles, Orange County, just down here, and then you go up San Francisco, Oakland, those bigger cities. You know what I mean? The capital, Sacramento. Those are big cities, bro.
Yeah, but they're all cities that can kill you as well.
Yeah. What about London?
We don't have earthquakes in London.
Yeah, but you got violence, don't you?
Yeah, but we can see other people. We can't see the shit when the Earth's gonna go.
Earthquakes ain't shit, dude. Earthquakes ain't shit, bro. Earthquakes are fun.
Earthquakes are
They are, dude. You grow up around them, bro. You be around them all your life, bro. You know what to do and what to expect, and here it comes, boom. Oh, check that shit out! Yeah.
I suppose you're right. Actually,
out from under the table.
You'll probably be more worried about an angry ginger Scottishman than I would.
Yeah.
They come across slightly angrier than you realize, even though they're only talking normally.
Nothing a bumper can't fix.
I don't know. Have you seen somebody? I've seen some Scotsmen get hit by cars and get up and just brush it off.
If I could put it in reverse.
And their reaction is, come on in. And they'll probably try and headbutt you. No, I mean, some of them are complete nutters. Not all of them, but some of them are completely off their heads. It's just like, how can you even function in that state? But they do, strangely enough.
I love California, bro. I'm a Californian. I sure there's other places I'd like to take and live, but if I could afford to live there in the manner that I like to live and raise my kids in a good manner, and that's the one challenge, dude, is raising kids out here. Everything else I can handle it, bro. But as far as my kids being safe and stuff, that's the biggest thing that's always so important to me.
That's not going to change no matter where you go, though. Speaking of kids, just one moment.
Yep.
Oh, he's painting a robot. Isn't that nice?
I mean, it's sad that I've already started instilling like street smarts onto my 12-year-old. You know what I mean? She's 12,
No.
and I'm
No.
well. It's sad that I have to, is what I'm saying. You know, like I'm teaching her stuff of how to watch for if you're in a crowd, stay on the outside of the crowd, never put yourself in the center of the crowd. Always look. You know, when you're around a whole bunch of people, there's nothing wrong with looking at their waist. If you look at their waist, you can see if they have something, if they have a gun or something like that. 9 times out of 10, you know. And it's sad that as a parent, I'm teaching my 12-year-old that. You know what I mean? But it's just having that street smarts that's going to keep her that much safer. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
I'll have this hot and spicy one. Sorry, I'm just meal time as well. It's half past 6 over, nearly 6:30 over here, so we're prepping meal time as well.
I gotta get out of here pretty quick, anyways. But
it's going to take at least half an hour to cook all that food. I'm not the one cooking it. My hands are covered in paint. I'm not fit for cooking at the moment.
Yeah.
However, I'm so glad I found this because everybody's left, and that's just gone through so quickly.
Everybody, there's nobody in here anymore.
I can see it's showing me one.
It's me.
It's you. But yeah, the difference between the speed I can do these at now is ridiculous.
Nice.
So
I see what you're talking about. Why you use the brush and you give it that, because it gives it that little bit of like almost flat detail with some shine too.
Yeah, essentially, just brings out the raised areas and just goes right.
Yeah,
these are the bits that are supposed to be.
Yeah.
I mean, after you've done this, I'll go over with a black wash, which will drip into the recesses just to tone it all back down again. And then I'll probably go over with another dry brush just to go, right, okay, I want those edges to shine that little bit more, and I want those to ping a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, in this case,
when you first started it, I thought at first it was some sort of crazy cosplay pistol or something.
But no, it's a giant generator skull thing.
Nice.
I mean, this is going to have to be redone bone white all around here. The eye will get done red. Then it'll be all the piping around the back and all the wires. Possibly the dials as well. If you can, I don't know if you can actually see them.
So, do you do this for a living too, bro?
No, this is just a hobby.
I mean, but do you do customs and stuff for people or anything and never sell them?
Wow.
Nope.
Why not?
This is a pre-bought store model.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Do you take a pre-bought store model and dial it all in and customize it and paint it and sell them?
I'm not doing all that work for somebody else.
You could make some good money doing it.
I could also have the best looking table in the world from it.
Yeah, very true. Very
I'm
true.
not doing all that work. No. I paint for my pleasure.
Okay.
I do this. It's all for my pleasure. Hey, mate, what's the matter?
Understood, bro. Understood. I hear you.
Okay, you go paint your robot, mate. You're doing a good job at painting your robot. He's not using my brushes. He's not using my brushes.
Sound like my wife.
This is all pleasure for me. I'm one of the few people who actually gets pleasure from all three aspects of this hobby.
Yeah.
Most people usually pick one. I like building the models, I like painting the models, I like playing the game. In my case, I enjoy all three.
Nice.
I like building it, I like painting it, and then I enjoy either getting my backside kicked or kicking some backside on the tabletop. Either way, it's fun for me just to go out, roll a few dice with my friends, have the argument of, what happens if you'd have done that, and bad roll, so and it's having the conversation over the tabletop while you're doing it and playing it. It's a long game to play.
Yeah.
If you don't know your rule book, you're looking at 3, 4, 5 hours for a game.
Oh wow.
If you know your rule book, you can get it down to about 2. That's if you both know your rule book and you both agree to go, right, okay, we're going to speed this through for a lot of it. and we're going to speed roll the dice. We're going to speed roll the saves. We're just going to do it the quick way and the fun way, as opposed to the competitive way, which is rolling every single dice on its own. It just takes forever. So yeah, we take some leniencies regarding some of the written in rules
Nice.
because we've been playing for so long. We know that we can speed some things up. So yeah, it's a holy hobby. You're fine lighting up on my stream. You're not in England, so you're not going to get pulled for it.
Oh no, I know that. I just don't. Yeah, I just don't. I blow out some smoke on the stream, but that's about it.
These times I wish I could smoke on. Well, I do smoke on stream sometimes, but I have to take my entire setup, or at least the phone part of my setup, which is this bit, and the light, and I have to take it outside.
Yeah.
If I want to smoke on stream, otherwise I have to get up, leave my "be right back, I've gone for a cigarette" sign up on the camera, and disappear afterwards.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well,
hey, I'm gonna pop on out of here because I got to do a couple things. I gotta go.
Not a problem.
School real quick as well.
Well, what I shall do is, I'm not sure. I've already. Yes, I agree to that. If you send me 2 things, I will send one back painted.
Cool. I gotta get together some packages I want to send to England, and I'll do them all at once, and I'll hit you up. I gotta send one to Captain Bapton.
Well, even if you send it over with Joey, it's going to be a damn sight lot cheaper for him to just go to his local post office and go send that up north, and they're gonna go, yeah, okay, it'll take a day, maybe 2.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot cheaper than shipping it from the States over here.
Yeah.
So that'll be an awesome idea. I will, however, draw our attention to the name of my channel.
You changed it again?
No, it's still Lazy Mini Painting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm emphasizing the lazy parts.
Yeah. That means you're lazy. That's okay.
That means, well, I'm not lazy. It's I call it Lazy Mini Painting because I don't get a chance
your time. Yeah.
Well, because of my condition, I don't always get a chance to do it when I want to. I'm painting something, I know it sounds daft, but you need to have the energy, you need to have the concentration, have something to eat, stay hydrated, don't do it when you're tired, etc., etc., etc. So I don't throw myself in if I'm not in the mood for it. If I'm not in the mood for it, I know I'll ruin it, so I don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why I'm on so early today. I'm in the mood for it. I've got the energy. I've already been through what I normally go through at this time. Around this time, I did that this morning, so I'm feeling like I'm stable enough. So I came on a bit earlier. Whereas usually it'll be during the night. Very rarely this early. But yes, I will quite happily paint one for you and send it back.
Cool. I still got to print one up from resin though. I only have one, so I need to make another one. So
take your time.
Yeah,
take your time. I've still got 4 of these to paint, and I've still got another one of those to paint, and then I've got one to coat the rest of the box that's not even been primed yet.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the little minifigures that I've primed and zenithalled, and then just not put any color on. I mean, that's a beautiful model. It's
yeah, that's badass.
It's absolutely gorgeous model. Even the feathers on the back of the cloak. I don't know if I can actually get that in focus on any of the cameras.
Well, you've seen the dragon, the half dragon one that I did, right?
Yes, I believe so. Remind me though. Oh yeah, the Dragonborn one. Yeah. Oh, he's nice.
Yeah, there's one. He's nice. Got that sword didn't turn out well, so I shortened it and did that. Here's the other one. See, he's got the longer broadsword.
That's kind of what I went for with this one. See if I can bring it up there. So he's got the nice kneeling position, but with swords.
Yeah.
Drawn. One short sword, one long sword.
Yeah.
I started putting a little bit of brass on him just to get some color. You can just about see it if it bothers to ever
there it goes. There it went for a second.
Yeah, but there's a tiny bit of metallic brass on there.
Yeah, now I see it. Yeah.
but it wasn't quite clean enough for me, so I'm going back to clean that up. But he's got a little like glyph on the forehead as well that I've managed to get in, which is probably why he's struggling to focus, because it is literally a line round his forehead.
Wow.
And I've got, so he's going to be fun with the gems, as well as 20 zombies I've got to paint, and the assassin I've got yet to paint.
Make a bigger board, man, and bigger figures. That's all.
Well, I've seen the 75 mil scale ones, which are like yay big.
Yeah, that's like these are three. They're what they call Super 7. Out here that's the sizes they call it Super 7, which is 3.75 inch, including stand.
Yeah, so it's like the about a 75 mil, similar-ish, close enough.
Yeah,
so much easier to paint.
It's that's Super 7 size.
Yeah, you can see the eyeballs. You can actually get a paintbrush in there and go, there you go.
Yep.
Trying to paint these eyes, you have to do it off kind of tricks and put shades in there and just you don't even do that. You if you're gonna try that, you need a magnifying glass to right in between heartbeats. There you go. And you still look cross-eyed
in between heartbeats.
Yeah, I'm serious on some of these
with the Hubble scope looking at it.
Yep. Well, it's partly why I have the phone up here doing it, is because I can, if I'm struggling to see, I can go right, okay, and I can bring it like right up there, and then I can get it into the point where I can see it, and then go right, okay, paintbrush and dink, and then realize no, I got it wrong. White spirit it back off, and then put it on. I just realized how much details on that one.
You talk about finishing figures, dude. Let me show you. These are finished ones. Okay, from my buddy's band. Now these are the Voodoo Man with the middle finger one.
Yeah,
and also it
looks like Rick and Morty.
Also the lead singer one. Okay, so those are all finished now. They're all smoothed out. You can see.
Yeah, there's no print lines, no layer lines in that.
Yeah, they're all smooth.
That I can see.
Yep. Now, look at this, bro.
In fact, I'm going to bring you up a little bit bigger so I can have a better look. Let's.
You ready?
What are you doing? I want that, and I want not quite. There we go. Oh, jeez, that's a lot of figures to be painting.
No, I'm not painting them. I'm just cleaning them to be painted. Oh, there he is. Yes. See, there's the original. That's the very first one done.
And that's a finished model. I see. Yeah. I'm still looking at these ones, which is a better camera to actually put them on. Yeah, that's the better camera to put them on.
So yeah, those are all the ones I have to finish.
See, I'm still looking at like guys like this and going, yeah, you're not finished yet. Yeah. You're nowhere near finished yet, even though. Can I get something to go behind him?
With these, I actually have to just finish cleaning them so they can go to them for paint.
Right, see, he's not finished. He's nowhere near finished.
Yeah.
Even though he's got the recesses on his tabard done, he's got the leather on his pouch done, he's got his shield, including the gold sections and the skull done. Yeah, he's not finished. He still needs a wash, a highlight, a secondary wash, a second highlight, and a finishing highlight, and then I've got to pick the color for his sword.
Dang, dude.
And
you did a Sauron picture, huh?
That I was just doodling. That's for my D&D sessions at home. This is my notebook.
Yeah, okay.
And that's pretty much the size of him compared to them little guys. So there's not that much difference. This guy's knelt down. If I put the guy with the hawk next to him, there's not much difference really in size.
Yeah.
But detailing is just ridiculous on how much they have on them. But
my buddy wanted me to make he wanted me to make 3D filament printed size figures of the Voodoo Man, like that figure. but literally the size of a Hot Wheel. So they looked like he wanted to do a Hot Wheel scene with the Voodoo Man figure and the singer on that size. Resin, I couldn't even do it, dude. They were so small that, like, I mean, picture it next to a Hot Wheel. Okay, here's a custom. This is one of his customs that he did. Okay. Now, all he did on this one was just the wheels and tires. He just did the suspension change on it, which is just basically putting in the tires and the wheels. Now, try and picture a figure making one that technically you could put, like, if you could make him sit down, he would fit in that Hot Wheel. That's like the size.
I don't have to imagine it. Look up a game
internet.
called Epic 40,000.
Yeah, I told him no way.
Those figures.
Yeah, I told him I couldn't do it.
The guys that I paint, but only 3 or 4 millimeters high, in little batches of 5, and it's just no. You need to brush them with a hair.
Yeah, I couldn't. No, he wanted me to make them, and he said he'd paint them. I couldn't even make them, dude. I tried to make one, and it's such a small figure that it either rips apart or it melts. It just you just can't make it. You got to make a mold of one and then make it in a mold. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, I've tried molding myself, recasting of certain parts that I needed more than one of, and it's not easy. It's really not easy.
I got a guy that we actually I met through my buddy, through one of his friends, that I was making those, was going to have those skeletons. They were going to be in a video. The skeletons, it's not that they didn't get approved. They decided to go another way with their budget.
Right.
So, which sucked, but it is what it is. But that guy, I just got to get out there to LA. It's Boyle Heights area where his business is. He wants me to start learning from him injection molding, prop and set design, stuff like that. So I got an in. I got an in for it, like where it's actually I can get into it but I got so much other shit going on too, dude. It's kind of hard to drive all the way out to LA. You know what I mean? At 10 miles to the gallon.
Well, if you want inspiration to how to give it a try, do you know who Adam Savage is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does a lot of. This is how I used to do it on set videos. So he'll actually show you how they used to do things on sets and how they get the details and how they go through, so you can practice at home.
Yeah.
Most stuff that he uses is readily available off Amazon. I know a lot the foam core and the foam board that a lot of people use for it easily available in the US.
Here you go, right here, dude. I got a starter kit for making molds. I've had it forever. I got the starter kit with the silicone A and the silicone B, and all that different stuff. I have that, but I just never. Something always comes up. Does that make sense? I've had this thing for a year, dude. I've had that box for a year of that silicone rubber, and I've looked at it where you can just basically take a milk carton, a square milk carton, cut the top off it. Yeah, cut the top off of it, and pour that stuff in there, and then put whatever you're putting in there and set it in the middle, and let it set until it dries, and then slip it off the milk carton. Slice it in half, and there's your mold. I've seen it.
It makes it sound so easy, doesn't it?
It does.
I've tried that, and it wasn't that easy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why, this guy went. That's silicone molding. The other guy he teaches you. He wants to teach me how to basically take an STL file, print up that STL file, take that thing that's printed, put it into something and make a cast. And then now that I got the cast done, now I can make as many as I want by injection molding into that cast.
That's how these are made.
Yeah, that's what he wants to teach me is injection molding. He wants to teach me all the way from making a cast to all the way down to doing it. You know what I mean?
And you see, yeah, well, injection molding is how all these little models are made.
That's what that's
the entire sceneries. That's how that company pumps out all them.
Now imagine this, bro. Imagine this. I've made of this model itself, of this one.
Okay, the original, yeah.
I've made several hundred. Okay, several hundred. I think 4. Okay, of this size, resin printed. Every single one of them were resin printed. Now, you know how much time that took me to make them?
What, that size, a single piece?
Well, each single piece.
I mean, is it one single piece or is it multi-part?
And a flat print, not a upright.
All right,
print,
okay.
But a flat print resin.
So you're printing it like that. What, about 3 hours per
about
print?
3.5 hours per figure.
Well, I'm guessing that's on the exposure size and the layer depth and everything, depending.
Exactly. I have my times written down, dude, for this particular one, which on the other ones are different times. I have different settings for each figure, dude. And it's weird, but it's the way I got it down to where they get them that quick. Now,
it's garbage on though.
400. They're all within the 3 to 4 hour range. You know what I mean? But it's mainly my lift time and my like 60 seconds on my base on some of them and 50 on others. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, now could you imagine 400 times 3 hours?
Yeah, that's time you get more than one printer, mate.
I have 3.
So that's gonna cut it down a lot.
Yeah, I have 3 resin ones that I bought them specifically for it. Now picture making that resin, one. Wow. Picture making that one, the ones with the middle fingers, and then the lead singer, and then saying, "Hey, I need 100 of them. You think you can have them done within a week?"
How many can you get on a bed?
Huh?
How many can you get on the print bed?
That's where you start spreading out 2 per, and you do 2 per on the bed at 3 hour perimeters. So you get about roughly 7 to 8. You more than likely you get 7 because you got to have that pop time. You know what I mean? To get it off and drop it. Now that's just made. Now, okay, so 7 per day.
7 per day. Oh,
per printer. So now you're going 21
a day.
21 a day.
So you're still looking at what, 5 days before you even got 100. So yeah, you're taking months to print.
So let's see you in a month. I'll have your stuff done. Why do you think I got a box of these things ready and waiting? To where all I got to do is bust out the Dremel and go. Brr, 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 brr. Here you go. Here's 100.
Yep. Quick.
And they're worth it. Trust me, it's worth it to make them, bro. You can believe it's worth it to make them for me. Okay. But
cost of resin, cost of electric, whatever you're charging him, you're obviously putting a bit of profit into yourself.
I do good on him, bro. I do. He does real good on him. I do good. We all are very happy.
That's good business. Everybody should do good.
Yep.
Everybody should do good.
Now, just think if I could make 100 in one day.
You just need a bigger printer.
Our I don't know, maybe 25 casts with 4 per cast in them.
Possibly. But we're talking that. And let's find a sprue. Not easy enough. There's a sprue. So you're looking at what? 1, 2, 3 per side if you're lucky. So it's 6 per sprue.
No, I'm not talking about on a resin printer. I'm talking about making.
Oh no, these are injection molded sprues. These are ones that come out of the. And usually sprues come in sets like that. So that's what. 6. That's 12 off a single injection mold. Done. So you're probably looking at about 12 on a sheet about what letter paper size, legal paper size.
Yeah, I don't even know anything about it yet, dude. I know absolutely. I'm completely when it comes to making a mold and doing the injection mold. I am completely a virgin to it. I know nothing about it.
I was lucky enough. My mother worked at basically a bottling place where they make shampoos, conditioners, detergents, things like that. But she worked in the part where they made the bottles, so that she was on the blow mold section. So I got to learn it all through there, through the thermos, and which types of plastics can be recast and which ones can be heated up to be remolded and which ones can't. And
Yeah.
so I got to learn that quite early on because of my mum's job, which I thought would never come in useful to me until I tried doing some stuff myself, and then realized I really want a blow molding thing right now, and I really want to be able to do this, and I want to be able to do injection molding right now because it'll be so much easier than sitting here and casting one after another after another. 2-part casts are even worse because having to either sand bed or what's it called, plaster base for your opposite side, half sink it in so that the other half is available for you to put your silicone in, flip it over, remove the medium that you use on the other side so the silicone's still on the side that you want, then pour a separate layer of silicone in so you can split it automatically and you've got perfect seam in the middle. That is a pain in the rear end. That is a serious pain. I tried that one. However, I got a leak in the perspex when I tried it, which wasn't fun. So it didn't go quite according to plan, and he ended up with no feet because everything seeped out through the bottom. But it was a learning experience, a big learning experience. If I'm going to try it again, I'm just going to get that Japanese heat up in hot water crap and just use that.
This is
so much easier.
This is a whole bunch of prop stuff that he just did for a video shoot that he's on.
Oh, well, what's that? Let me bring you up a little bit bigger.
That was one of the most recent pictures he sent me.
I hate this thing sometimes. Oh, cool. So they're all props.
Yeah, those are all props.
Oh, cool. I mean, the grenades should be easy enough to make because that's just a bait.
Look at this. Watch. He showed me a grenade.
Yeah, see, that's
and
actually foam core would be really easy.
And an RPG.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. But you don't have to make them out of plastic. If you're good enough with a knife and a sander, you can make them out of XPS foam.
Yeah, he does all kinds of different. Like he was telling me the things that he makes is kind of. See, this is the video that the skeletons were supposed to be in. That he still did the video. But the skeletons that I made, they were supposed to be in that video, but they went a different way.
Fair enough.
But, yeah. So yeah. I was that close to having some stuff that I made into a Hollywood Undead video, bro. That close, man.
See, and all you would have done, no payment. Just give me a credit. Give me a credit.
So no. You pay me. You're gonna pay me too. You're gonna pay me too, dude. It was gonna be $600 per piece.
Oh, that's a bit nasty to lose out on.
And the skeletons were going to be the band members playing, so it was going to be basically 5 of these, bro.
That's a couple of grand down the toilet. Well, not a couple of grand down the toilet, but certainly
the opportunity will arise again, bro. It's not that it's not going to not happen. It will happen again. You know,
that's make sure you're ready for it.
Everybody talks smack about California, but you know what? It's also the land of opportunity too, if you pay attention.
Yeah, if you're ready, you're able to get it, and you've got your eyes on it, you got your nose and finger on it, and then you
just got to pay attention, bro. That's all. There's so much opportunity out here. People you just got to pay attention, dude, and not pass it up.
Yeah, the problem is most people walk around like that now.
Well, yeah, most people want something for nothing. You know, that's the problem. Most people want something for nothing. They ain't willing to work for it, bro.
And here's me just throwing in work for nothing.
That's the only reason I said to you, why don't you, I mean, it's not like it's hurting your hobby if you maybe painted a couple pieces and put them up on eBay and see what they sold for. Maybe it would be more incentive for you to do your hobby a little bit more if you're making productiveness of it. And then, wait a minute, maybe also, but see, it could also sour you and burn you out if you make a commitment to a time schedule. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I have looked into commission painting regarding this. Now, I don't think I'm good enough. Other people may disagree. That's entirely their opinion. It's worth the same as mine. Same thing that comes out your backside. I don't think I'm good enough to commission paint. So yeah, I've looked at it, the time, effort, investment it would take to commission paint, and what you would have to charge. If you're actually going to willing to pay that, then damn, you've got more money than sense.
Yeah. But
so
what's
commission
wrong with,
paint is
but what's wrong with there's a couple pieces that you have that you're just burned out on, and they're really nice pieces, but they're just not, you're just met with them. What's wrong with putting those pieces up on eBay to see what their value is?
I already know the value. I eBay. I used to until recent
okay.
events.
So it's not worth doing something like that. No, okay.
unless you can pick that limited model, and most of the time people don't want it painted at that point.
Okay,
they
want to do it themselves.
Yeah, like I've got where is he? Is he in? He's not in that one. He's in the cupboard over there. I've got an out of print model. You can't get any more. It's made of metal. I know if I sell it, I could sell it for like 20, 30 bucks, and it didn't cost me that when I originally bought it. And it's only tiny, same size as all the others. I won't sell it because I like the model,
and it's worth more than that to you. Understood?
Yeah. And if I ever did sell it, I wouldn't be able to get it back again unless I was willing to pay that extra over the odds. I've got an entire unit that's in the same condition. You can buy the plastic variant from Games Workshop now, but I've got the old metal out of print ones, and there's just something different about having it's kind of like it's the old version.
Yeah, it's like the #1 resin figure of those Voodoo Men that I showed you, just like the very first one that's #1 that was signed by him, even to verify that it's the very first one that was ever made that he hand painted as well, of the 7-inch. I can't replace it.
No, you're not.
Dave even wanted to get this one from me. He's like, bro, that's the very first one. Can I get that from you?
Nope. Yep. Go bye-bye. You're not getting a chance on that one.
Yeah.
You are not getting that one at all. So these pieces in my collection that they're older than any of my kids. Probably older than half it. Some of you possibly even older than some of your kids, printed in like 1992, 1991.
Dude, my kids are 12 and 5.
Okay, so they are older than your kids. See, I've got models that are older than kids.
Okay, stop looking at that, lass. Stop looking at that.
But I've got an entire box full of them. I've got a tub down there where I could pull a model out now that I can guarantee is older than your kids.
Yeah,
guarantee it 100%. I'm not going to show you the paint job on it because it's awful. I painted it when I was 12, which was like 20 odd years ago. So
you've been into it that long. Damn, dude.
Yeah. I've been collecting. My mission is to actually make my own chapter, which will mean nothing to you because you have no idea what a chapter of these are. But so, one sec. But yeah, essentially to have an entire chapter means you have 1,000 of these guys.
Holy shit.
I'm about halfway through.
Holy shit, dude.
And they're split up over 10 companies, each one having about 100 people in it. And then at the moment, I've got first company, half a second company, third, fourth, fifth company, start of 10th company, and start of 9th company.
Damn. So you overwhelm people then when you play this game with them?
No. I just like the choice and variety.
Oh, okay.
If I only had that set army, then they know what they're facing whenever they face me. They don't know what they're going to face when they face me.
Okay, so you don't come in with all your armies and all dun 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 dun.
No, because
dun.
none
Okay.
of my friends could stand against. None of my friends would they'll all go, no, you win.
Yeah,
Just,
okay,
just
that's
through
what I
sheer
was,
weight of numbers, they can't
that's
beat
what
me.
I was wondering. If here comes Laz in the Imperial March, you know what I mean?
Guess what, mate? I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube right now.
Well, hey man, I gotta pop off. I gotta get out of here. Speaking of kiddos.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go as well. Thank you, anyone who's come to join me, and thank you very much, Dorito. I've really enjoyed this chat, mate. This has been fun.
Yeah,
This
it
has
was
been
good
fun.
talking to you, bro. It was really good talking to you.
But I'm gonna have to end the broadcast here as well because of the same reason. So
Yep.
have a good night, everyone. See you
Later.
later.
Peace.